I have achieved and I am still achieving what was seemingly impossible. As a young model, my confidence was tugged at and pulled in all different directions. I struggled to achieve true confidence. And when I would go home, I would be disgusted with the woman that I saw in the mirror. I was incapable of affirming myself. And to fill a void on the inside,
How to reach your full potential. Ashley Graham's most powerful speech. You don't need to be body shamed or shamed in any category. Ashley said she had a big fat body and thought she would never make it to the industry. But eventually she proved that if you reach your full potential, you can succeed easily. But how? Let's see. We live in a distracted world, so we can quickly become stressed and frustrated. Think big. It's important to focus with so many distractions. What do you see? What's your goal? Knowing the larger picture helps you realize your daily potential. How come? Why do you work or cook for your family? You can live each day to the utmost when you have a purpose. You don't have to live day by day if you can see the larger picture. Knowing your mission will push you to maximize each day. It would be best if you had short and long-term goals to realize your best potential daily. Remember 3 factors while making goals. First, they must be clear. Second, measure your target. In other words, your improvement should be measurable. Finally, write an objective. This makes the objective more realistic. Seeing your objective may be motivational. First-time goal setters should aim high. Whatever the aim, it must be feasible and move you toward your ultimate goal. Achieving small goals helps you reach greater ones. Planning and time management contribute to daily success. When you arrange your day, you get more done and have more time for fun. When you respect yourself, you'll value how you spend your time. Discipline is delayed gratification. How often have you been on a diet when cheesecake called your name? Discipline identifies your want for cheesecake, but realizes it's just temporary. Once the yearning passes, you'll be glad you didn't give in. By establishing the discipline to delay fulfillment, you'll push your limits and gain the advantage of that extra effort. Success requires accepting difficult situations. It's easy to go and not stop to smell the roses when so much is happening. Enjoy daily moments. This helps you appreciate what you have. Enjoy having a roof over your head and enough money for meals.
I began to cave to all the vices being thrown my way. Between the parties, the alcohol, the men. But in reality, it was my weight that I hated, that I despised. It was the external woman. My insecurities had to be faced head on. Because I, like so many young women, struggled to love the woman I saw inside of the mirror because of society's narrow vision of beauty. And it's really interesting because Dove did a global report on attitudes towards beauty. They surveyed thousands of women and girls in 10 different countries. And do you want to know what the most striking results were? Only 2% of women find themselves beautiful. But these weren't my role models. In reality, the woman that I looked up to the most was my mother. She was the one who modeled for me that true beauty comes from within. And that validation and self-worth must also come from within as well. Having that instilled in me in such a young age made me realize in my lowest moments of insecurity that I needed to reclaim my body and its image as my own. I became my own role model. No one else was to have that job. My body, like my confidence, has been picked apart, manipulated, and controlled by others who didn't necessarily understand it. And once I reclaimed ownership over my body, I understood that there was a greater purpose as a woman who was redefining preconceived standards of feminine beauty. My confidence, it comes from a place from within. From much greater than my photos or validation from others. And it's really interesting because people in the fashion industry, I actually had an agent tell me, wave money in my face and tell me, if you lose some more weight, you can make a lot more of this. Oh, and P.S., you're never going to be in a magazine. You're never going to be on the covers of any magazine. Never let anybody tell you no. Never let anybody tell you you can't. And now as a body activist, it is my greatest desire to give a voice to young women who struggle to look inside of the mirror and say, I love you, who have relinquished their rights to someone else. I believe beauty truly is beyond size. And with so much emphasis on the external, it's no wonder we all suffer so much internally. It's true, I wasn't able to love and embrace my hips and my weird shaped butt and the cellulite on my thighs, and I wasn't. Not until I loved the woman within. And once that happened, my career, my success, my drive, it all began to follow. It is critical that both men and women create a safe space. Create a safe space for the important women in your lives. For women to be who they are, not hide themselves because of what they're not.